So you're going to St. Maarten and you realize that they have French bakeries. Which ones should you consider? Well, I have two suggestions for you, and this is going to be the battle of the French bakeries coming up. Where are we going next? Let's go. So St. Maarten has some awesome French bakeries scattered around the island, and I have found two that ended up being my favorites. But you know, there can really only be one winner when it comes to who is the best. Welcome back to the Traveling Chzhed. My name is Michelle, and on this channel we cover everything travel related. If this is content that you want more of, make sure you subscribe by clicking that red little button right below so you don't miss a thing. All right, today we're talking about two French bakeries on the island of St. Maarten. One is on the French side and one is on the Dutch side. I'm going to compare their locations, their prices, as well as the quality and variety of food that they have offered. So first, we are going to talk about the Dutch side, La Sucriere, and I'm probably pronouncing that wrong because my French is terrible, but La Sucriere is a wonderful little French bakery. It's been there for quite a while because both times that we visited the island, it was there. Now it changed ownership between our first and second visit. So I was concerned on our second visit that I was gonna love it as much as the first time, but I was pleasantly surprised. The family that took it over also are passionate about true French bakery. They make macarons, they make beautiful and wonderful, delicious croissants that are baked fresh every single day, as well as baguettes and other French breads that they cook or that they bake every day. And then there's all the fun stuff. There's all the fancy pastries that they do and the really cool, layered Napoleons and things like that that they make on a daily basis. This place almost always has a line and almost always sells out of their specialty items, which are their elephant ears and their croissants. They have their plain butter croissants as well as their almond croissants. And both of these sell out on a daily basis. If you're not there early, you're not getting any. The other really nice thing is that they also serve full breakfast items. So they will do breakfast sandwiches and things like that as well. And they have delicious coffee. I think my favorite part of this little bakery is the eating area out back. They have a really beautiful little patio area outside the back of it where you can sit out on the deck overlooking the Simpson Marina area, so you can see sometimes some of the really fancy yachts coming in or leaving. And it's just a really beautiful shaded area to have your breakfast and enjoy. I will tell you there are iguanas that run around there, just be aware, but it was a great place to have breakfast and we ate there regularly. Their prices are very reasonable, and we oftentimes would take things to go and eat later throughout the day as we were exploring the different beaches. Okay, so now over to the French side. The French side is Sarafina's. Sarafina's is located right in Marigot. And I will tell you, between the first time we visited the island and the second time, they have had to move due to the hurricane. Their original location was wiped out by Hurricane Irma in 2017. So they have moved a little bit, but their location is a little bit smaller now than it used to be. They have outdoor seating as well. They're only a couple blocks away from the waterfront in Marigot. So they're a great place to start off your day if you're visiting Marigot to shop the market. And they also have a really incredible selection of pastries. What I liked about Sarafina's is they offered French crepes for breakfast in a variety of flavors that were made fresh on site. They had delicious coffee, and then they had the Napoleons and the layered wonderful eclairs. They also had some really great croissants and elephant ears as well. And the locals eat there all the time. They also tend to be very busy and have a line waiting to pick up items for the day. And their little restaurant area tends to be quite full as well. However, they tend to be open a little bit longer, and they don't run out as frequently as some of the other bakeries on the island. So what I liked most about them was their elephant ears and their eclairs. Those are two of my favorite things that they offered on their menu. And I also really enjoyed the crepes because it was a little heartier breakfast than maybe I would get at some of the other bakeries. So you've gotten the overview of both of these fabulous bakeries. So the question is, which one is my favorite and which one do I recommend that you go to? Well, in considering my favorites, it was really about a few things. Number one, the quality of the food. Anytime you're comparing food places, the quality of the food is paramount. Number two was the location and the atmosphere of the restaurant. So the dining area, the friendliness of the staff. The winner, my choice for the best, is La Sucriere. Consistently, they have provided just incredible quality service. Their staff is so incredibly friendly. Like I said, it's a family owned. They come and say hello to you. If you've come in a couple times in a row, they are like, oh, you're back. We're so happy you're here. And I didn't have that same warm welcome at Sarafina's. They were perfectly friendly. It wasn't that personal attention where they like recognized you, that you would come back maybe 2 days in a row or 3 days in a row. And I really appreciated talking to them about how they make their bakery items. For instance, we were talking about the macarons, because those, if you know anything about French baking and making macarons, they have to be in such a certain environment with temperature and things like that. They're very difficult to make. So I was talking to the baker about how she goes about doing that, given the fact that they're on a Caribbean island where there's high humidity, which aren't ideal conditions for making this pastry. And it was really fun to just have that conversation. And Sarafina's, I didn't have that opportunity. They were more, you went up to the counter, you ordered, you went over here and picked up, and you sat down. So again, nothing wrong with that. They were very efficient and helpful, but just not that personal touch that La Sucriere had. I also enjoyed the fact that it was on the Dutch side, and because most of the accommodations that you stay in are on the Dutch side, it tends to be a little easier to access than it is to go over to the French side. But Sarafina's is a great option if you're going to the Marigot market. It's a great place to stop and have your breakfast for the day prior to wandering through the market. So I expect there to be some thumbs down as well as some thumbs up for those of you who have eaten at both of these bakeries. Some will agree with me and some are going to strongly disagree with me, and that's cool. I would love the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to comment, subscribe. I look forward to catching you on my next video. I have so much more coming out on St. Maarten. Don't forget to click up here and go watch this video next. Until next time, travel safe. Where are we going next? Let's go.